Jason, and I'm trying to start an online nutrition and fitness business. I mean, it's happening, you know what I mean? I'm just working on all the kinks. You know, starting your own business as a solopreneur, you know, you got to do the marketing, the sales, the website creation. You got to do the whole, learning all of it. You know what I mean? Tactics, sales, freaking. There's so much you got to learn. Is it worth it? I think so, man. Oh, man, it's worth it. It's got to be worth it. You know what I mean? Not only do you have the freedom to, do whatever the heck you want because, you got clients coming in, but at the end of the day, your clients are paying your bills. So it's like, as long as you retain clients, then you really don't have to worry about too much. You know what I mean? You can be in Italy, Rome, Greece, China, wherever you want to be. Mexico, Canada, wherever. You know what I mean? Turkey, Greenland, Ireland, whatever. And you still get paid. That's the coolest part. But yeah, so I was thinking about outsourcing just a website creation, just because I do like my website, but it's $80 a month. I'm like, I'd rather cut cost, especially if it's just a website provider, and ultimately the website is not necessarily anything, it's not being optimized for a search engine, or anything like that, you know what I mean? It's just a website, so I can run traffic to it, via ads, and, I'm trying to get away from that, but I don't think there is a getting away with that unless the EDDM thing works. But yeah, so I just wanted to, kind of just talk about how it's kind of stressful, you know what I mean? And you can't expect immediate results, you know what I mean? Like website creation, if you don't know what the heck you're doing, you could spend up to 3 days doing it until, you're happy about it. The one thing about website creation is that you got to make it sexy, on the website, you have to immediately, within 3 seconds, my videos on these YouTube videos, they suck. Apparently, my average retention is 19 seconds. That means I am not hooking you people. I need to hook you. But when I'm successful and I'm providing a lot more value, these documentaries, if you will, is basically talking about all my failures. Until I get more time on the computer, then I can show exactly what I'm doing. As far as Facebook ads go, Google ads, and figure out how I'm doing it, what audience I'm doing it, the lead magnets that I'm using, all that stuff. I definitely do want to get more into depth on that stuff. Right now, it's just me driving to work. I work 80+ hours a week, so I don't really have a lot of free time on the computer. I do wake up at 4:30 every morning, depending on how tired I am, how many days off I got. I haven't had days off in almost 2 months, which is fine. I'm stacking up. I'm gonna quit my job next year, 100%. It's gonna happen. I just gotta find my clients to make that happen. So websites might take a long time. Your Facebook ads, learning about your Facebook ads, learning what an actual good return on ad spend is, returning what a cost per lead is, cost per click. Don't do cost per click, especially if you're running meta ads. Google ads, you might be all right, but meta ads, when you do Google ads, take off search network. Search network is basically Google pays websites for ads. So let's say I had a blog and you promote it to Google in a sense of hey, you can put advertisements on my website, you just got to pay me. And they're gonna be oh, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, they're not probably gonna be as trustworthy as Google. So if people, they have the Google Max Performance, they got the Google Search, they got the Google Display, they got the Google, there's a whole bunch of different type of Google ads. And so if you're gonna want to do, a Google ad, what I would recommend for online nutrition and fitness coaching is the Google, unless you have a YouTube channel. If you have a YouTube channel and you have, all these cool videos, demonstrations, providing killer value, where people are just man, if he's giving away this for free, I wonder what you give away when you charge them. But ultimately, you don't want to hold anything back, you know what I mean? You really don't. Nowadays, in the information age, you really just, look, if I say, I got a sore throat, all of a sudden I say, why do I have a sore throat? What causes sore throat? Whatever you type into Google, you have 15 people saying it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that, it could be this, it could be that, and you're just I don't like any of that, man. I was just hoping it'd say cold, but now I got the, I got the damn SARS-CoV-2 3-94. Dang, you know what I mean? But you just, there's so much information. That's why you talk to an expert. It's kind of a little bit better. Like, you just don't go to a doctor and say, hey, my tricep hurts a lot. They're gonna be like, oh, I know what you need. Freaking pills. You're gonna be like, you didn't even x-ray me, you didn't even do anything, you just said pills, diagnosis. Like, no, you don't trust that. So with the Google search, people are actually like searching this stuff like personal trainer near me, personal trainer, how to get how to lose weight, how to get skinny. There's a whole bunch of keywords that people search, and then you can be on the top. And so there's that, Google search. But the thing, you just have to do it over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I mean? It is kind of, strenuous on not only your mind, but especially if you're getting minimum results as you're learning. As Alex Hormozi would say, you're gonna do something so many times until one day you're gonna suck less. You know what I mean? And you just keep doing it and doing it, and one day you're gonna suck less, and then maybe you're gonna be good at it. But what you got to do is you have to analyze what you're doing, why you're doing it. So it's a big thing is of being in focus. You know what I mean? As far as like for me in my online nutrition and fitness coaching business, what I do is I have this audience. I have health, demographics, narrower, and then the pixel one, 6-8 or whatever the pixel is. And you can, on HubSpot, you can actually have retargeting ads, which I just looked into today, which I think would be super killer, because on one of them, it literally says, there's 3 of them. One is like people who visited your website and your post. And then 2 is like, I forgot what it was, but it was like, they'll see your message wherever they are. I'm like, ooh, damn, that's talking about stocking our clients, future clients, which I'm okay with it, I'm trying to help, and that's one of the things too about, selling is like, you don't really sell, you just basically, you just want to, if you really just want to help people, and you're not chasing the money, like you're not like, but sir, I'm telling you, I can change your life. You just gotta buy this. It's kind of like egging it on. But if you can't be afraid to get the sale or ask for the sale, but also don't beg them. You know what I mean? You can't help people who don't want to be helped. It's like you can force. All right, so there's 2 ways that I just popped in my head. Alex Hormozi was like, so he heard it from someone else. He's like, they say that you can't make a horse drink water, or you can bring the horse to the lake or to the pond of water, but you can't force it to drink, meaning you can't help somebody who doesn't want to be helped. And then Alex Hormozi is like, actually, you can. What you do is you make that horse very, very thirsty by depreciating it of all its ability to consume any water anywhere. So you don't allow it anywhere. You're in the middle of Egypt. You're not gonna give it no, because there's no dang water in the middle of Egypt in the desert. Okay, and he's like, if you take them to the lake, they're gonna drink. And so I was kind of like, ooh, that's kind of nice. That's pretty nice, But basically, you want something more when you're deprived of it. For example, if you are hungry, or if you're not hungry, you're not gonna want food. If you are starving, you're gonna want food. If you are hot, you're gonna want to take your clothes off. If getting hot is if there's no AC or whatever, So it's like you can basically not the point. I'm getting sidetracked. It's whatever. So yeah, things may take a lot longer than expected to get good at it, but you can't convince anybody otherwise that it's not worth having. Now, there are some things where it's kind of probably not worth your time, but when you're trying to start your own business and you don't have a lot of funding to outsource it all, then you kind of are screwed. You're gonna have to learn it all, and that's what I'm doing. That's probably why it's taking me so long. I'm literally trying to feed my brain with all this information, but documenting information into my notes, so that way I can implement it into my business. So Google ads, Facebook ads, I definitely want to get more in depth with it on the phone, because like right now I'm thinking that, it varies, know what I mean? It varies. There's a thing where it's like the 80-20 rule, where 80% of your, you know, your progress or your ads and everything you do is just keep working on it. You know, if there's an ad that is working, continue to use that ad forever. You know what I mean? Like if I use the word if I use this headline, get killer abs, you know, in 3 weeks, let's just say, and that ad did freaking amazing, keep using it. Maybe create different variations of it, different creatives, but keep that same headline. Maybe do it a little different, but basically let's keep it. Because at the end of the day, you're not annoying anybody. You know how I know you're not annoying anybody? Because people could spend millions of dollars a day on advertisement and still not be heard, you know, or known of. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, how did you not know? I've been, you know, freaking publishing millions and millions and millions of dollars setting this up event, and they're just be like, yeah, I don't know who you are. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those things. It's like you think that you're advertising to everybody, but really you're advertising to nobody. In particular, especially unless you're doing like a retargeting campaign where, you know, you get these people's emails and you just keep gunning. Is it really 6:30? Okay. So yeah, things may be taking a lot longer than expected, but one of the things is you really can't give up. You can't give up. Failures quit, and quitters fail, and winners never quit. At the end of the day. So, I just ranted on, and I definitely want to get more technical. And once I do have more computer time, I'm really hoping this week, maybe next week, I'm really hoping that it is a game changer. I'm really hoping on that next week. With the postcards, oh my gosh, I'm just hoping that I can just get ultimately, I want to get a 5% conversion rate, maybe a 4%. 5% is freaking crazy. 5% will end up making me a lot of money, dude. Just a 5% conversion rate. Like, how hard can it be, you know? It's a 5% conversion rate. But, so, what up? I'm trying to think of what else to. I got about 3 more minutes. I kind of just want to spit some, you know, nuggets at you guys. So this is the online nutrition and fitness coaching business, and this is kind of help people to not lose weight or gain weight or get toned. This is to help people who want to help people. transcribe into ChatGPT and say, hey, what are all the questions that people are having? So that way when you do the seminar to get one-to-many for the online nutrition fitness coaching, teaching how to teach, oh wow, I just thought of this. So right now I'm trying to teach people who want to teach, but what if I want to teach people who want to teach people who want to teach? Whoa, is that a thing right now, or am I just messing with my